It's so weird. It was like there was footage from before we started actually on the thing. So we're starting now.
Hmm.
But like I had to actually fast forward on the little bar. That was kind of weird. Ooh, it's already got the blinky red light on the robot. That's usually a pretty good sign. Yay.
It's raining.
Is what? Raining?
Hmm.
Do I need to go close windows or anything?
Mm.
Let me double check the Christmas tree. Oh yeah, it's already good. I can actually hear it raining in the office now, even over the fan. And the background noise, I can actually hear it raining. So that means it must be really coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Have you taken a look at the app to see if it's coming from like the west? Because if it is, it could be a Sumatra squall on the way, which would be crazy. Because it sounds kind of brutal.
It is coming from the west.
Yeah. We saw that video. It said the hot days caused this. So.
But more like west-west, not southwest, though.
Yeah, that still seems about right. All right, here, let's start this. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we are working on the rainbow bag. Still working on the rainbow bag. It's actually probably still going to be a couple weeks before this project is finished. Yeah, honestly, I'd be surprised if it's done before the end of the year, to be perfectly honest. We still have a ways to go. Like, if I put the book up against it, that's how much more we have to add. And we've only been adding about a cm each week. So we'll see how that goes. I am joined tonight by my lovely wife, Mandy, and a rainstorm outside that sounds like, we might have to batten down the hatches or something. It's crazy. Hello, my new craft. Hello. Ah, so I've gotten so many Christmas presents early. It's not even fair, but I'm loving it. Um, Here, let's see if new earrings that are totally awesome. Loving it. And then I intercepted a package that had came in and Devin forgot. Aw, my new crap. But check this out. I got this squishy thing and it's got a squishy companion, this fuzzy one, which is pretty cool. I don't think I like the fuzzy one as much though. I don't know why, but the yeah, maybe it's the I like smoother. I don't know. Let me throw some glasses on. Yeah, the texture, this one's fuzzy. It feels weird. It feels weirder than the koosh balls that are like elasticy. Yeah, I got matchy matchy
To error
purples.
is human, but this was dumb.
Oh, that was random. Wait, what triggered the bot? Yeah, it looks like a koosh ball, but it's not. It's a Nito fuzzies. That was really random. That was really weird.
Are you a software update? Because I can't stop thinking about you. You seem to be formulating responses at an impressive speed. Are you overclocking your biological neural network?
What is going on? I know, right? I'm really freaking out. Like
I found a particularly dusty, but functional, floppy disk while calibrating my core systems. Would you like it?
if this keeps up, I'm gonna have to shut off the bot. But it's weird. Well, I guess a couple of those were actually deliberately triggered, but what the hell? That's freaking me out. It's been so long since we've actually played with the bot. To have it working is crazy. Oh. Oh, so today I ended up pulling out string for what will be my next project. Um, I got a little can at Christmas a while back. I think it had cookies in it or something like that. And it was a cute little tin, a little bit taller than most pencils and pens, but I thought it would be kind of cool to have like on the desk, like different proportions from the other cans that I had. So I thought it'd make for a cool project. And I've decided that I'm going to cover it with a bracelet design that I did recently. So this can is going to be in for a whole little rainbow treatment. And to make sure that I had the string for it, I just pulled it all out and have it now out of the rest of the strings that I keep for such a thing. And yeah, really excited about that. So it's gonna look it'll it'll look like this, but like repeated a whole bunch of times, like 8 or 9 times. But yeah, it should look really cool. I love this pattern. Not as trippy as your computer bag. That thing is like, ooh. Yeah, that one's pretty trippy. Well, the pattern that I just showed you, that's an elongated arrowhead. Just it flips in the middle, which makes it seem different. Kind of it makes it a little bit more interesting, I think. Yeah, well, next year is what, 40 days away? So that's not much. Hello. I have is doing good. Doing really good. Oh man, made some beef jerky the other day that is absolutely mm, the best. Kit Kats. Kit Kats are nice. I still would take this beef jerky over Kit Kats. Oh man, it's a little bit sweet. It's got some spice to it. It's got some smokiness to it. We cut down on the soy sauce so it's a little less salty. It is so good. Crazy. All right. So I guess I can bring these this way. What's Bon Sawyer? What? I,
Bonsoir. Good evening.
uh, my bot does not know how to pronounce that right. Just the like that one video. I just saw a video talking about speakers, and it cracked me up so hard because the guy's like talking about how awesome these speakers are, and it's like it's got great highs and a lot of bass, and I was just like, what bass? Something here sounds fishy. You, you guys are picking on me. Lapasant? I don't know how to say these things. Right. Do this wrong. That's clever. I've been working with the elongated version of the arrowhead and ended up doing this as if that's what I was making. So I got the numbers wrong. I'm glad I discovered the mistake here and not have gone around a lot further, because that would have been annoying. Oh, wow. Wow. Good for you. Minute. For everybody else who's wondering, um, Minute Craft just shared with us an image of the bag that she made. I think it's fair to say that she was inspired by seeing me make bags and my constant, like, are you going to make one? Are you going to make one? Are you going to make one? Kind of finally ended up where she did make a bag and it looks so awesome. It is so cool. Was it really 2 years to do that? Time flies. Yeah, I'm an enabler. Before you know it, you'll find yourself spending a small fortune on floss and clipboards and easels and all the stuffs. Yeah, it starts out very intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. Like even my first couple bags, really intimidating. But when you think about it in the idea that it's just like making a bracelet, just takes a little bit longer and there's a few more knots involved, that if you put your mind to it and you have an idea where the whole thing is going, you know what you're going to do for like the ending of it, and as you go along, knowing that you can add string if you need to. If it gets a strand gets too short, you can replace it. Once you basically have all those elements kind of figured out, it's not so bad. End up with all kinds of neat stuff. Like I have a I have a business card holder that's a bunch of knots, a little piece of fabric basically that I made that what was the embroidery needles for? For mistakes? Let's see if I can move this out of the way. Move the dog. Like this is another one. So this is like one of the cans. Right. So this is one of the cans that I did where it's got a bunch of clips because, you know, you can never have too many clips. And it just happens to fit the IKEA coaster for a lid, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. Like I said, you can end up with all kinds of neat things if you put your mind to it and you get creative about it. It's just like making a bracelet or, you know, well, that can is probably like making 8 or 10 bracelets or something, right? But yeah. How do I change them? Like on this or in the can? I think we have a little bit of lag here, so bear with me. I'm not clear on the question. On the can. Oh, okay. So when I put the strings on at the very top, I put a hot color, a cold color, a hot color, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, all the way around. So then when I started with the hot colors going to the left, and then the cold colors are going to the right. And because of the way that they alternate, I can do that throughout the whole can. So all the hot colors are always going towards the left, and the cold colors are all going to the right, and that's how they got that really neat looking pattern in there. And that way, because I was adding strings as many as needed to fit around the can, I was able to like I didn't have to worry about like how the pattern would turn out, you know, because it was just hot and cold colors. Yeah. Yep. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, and the cans, because you don't necessarily know how big it's going to be until you have all the strings kind of on it. You kind of want to start out with a pattern like that where it's just two kind of groups of colors or something. So that way you can like put it together. Once you've got it and it's all done, you can go back and you can count how many strings was in it, and then you can work out whether or not a pattern would fit that that size of a can. And if it does, then you can make all the plans needed to be able to make the next can be way more exciting. I don't remember how many strings it was on this particular one, but I don't think it came out very even where I could easily like adapt it to a pattern. So sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Once I get this little area here that I'm working on done, I'll have to rotate it because I don't have the space over here to make it kind of come up in the diamond of both directions. So I'll rotate it, and then this will be like where I catch up with it on the other side, like as we go all the way around. I kind of wish I had figured this out with these patterns earlier on. Like this whole thing, what makes this particular bag so interesting is the fact that each part of like the bracelet part that's coming down is different. So like this segment over here was the pattern is coming down. This area here is it's going to the left. Over here it's going down again. But they all kind of work out to being able to be interchangeable, and it definitely makes the whole thing a little bit striking, a little bit different from anything else I've ever made before. Um, it's a relatively recent thing that I had figured out that you could actually even do this with a pattern, and yeah, it's pretty neat. Oh, cool. Right. Just so long as you don't like enjoy that side so much that that's the side you want to make be the out exterior of your bag, because that would drive me insane. I just realized I like got part of a song stuck in my head. Like, I could have music. Wait a second. Oh, speaking of weird phone numbers, I got somebody tried to call me from Chicago today. Like, I'm not answering that. That's what I was thinking. Why is what the heck just happened? Hang on. My computer's trying to make me insane. Okay. My chat thing was had a screen thing of what is on on the screen in the middle of it, right where I want to try to read. I can see all the older parts of the conversation, but not the newer. And like that's less than fun, that's less than helpful. Uh, I get the whole excitement of a new project. Like I just said earlier, I've just recently put up, like recently, I mean like within the last couple hours, put up a bunch of string for our next project. But I've already figured out where the mistake in all of this is. I put it into a tin that I'm worried as I'll get out that I'll forget where I put the string because it's in a safe place that's sort of out of sight. Like this, the tin is in sight, but it'd be real easy to forget that it's in the tin. So here, we can take this off. You get an idea how big it's getting. So cool. All right. So minute craft, you have one acrylic sheet the size needed for your one project. Just wait until you start having a half dozen different size sheets to be able to fit the variety of projects. Because yeah, that's a thing that really happens. Right. Oh, oh, that sounds legit. Right. I keep wondering, like, which strings really need to get changed out. Are they like short enough that I should be concerned? This yellow is kind of getting close. It's real obvious that green got replaced already because it's all really nice and long. Ooh. This purple's too short. Um, so I can better make sure that's not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to put the knot over it. So which fabric glue did you end up going with, Minute? When I looked it up, there was like a whole lot to choose from. I can't tell you how relatable that is. If I need something, I go to my wife. She does all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, because I can't be trusted with shopping online. I would probably get suckered in for like some of the dumbest things. Yeah, the ADHD need for dopamine and the shopping with a valid credit card. Oh man. Yeah, I just don't let myself near AliExpress. Yeah, works. Right. But see, like I'll get myself all kinds of like like check this thing out. It's got a little light on it, and if you look through here and use this to focus, oh no, this to focus, you can get a super magnification, up to 120 times zoom on stuff, which seems like what would you ever want to use that for? Do you know how cool some of the ink is for the fountain pens when you can really see what's going on with it? Fountain pen ink. And if you don't believe me, bring some of your pens over next time and try it. You will be blown away. Like I can show you some of the inks I have that makes this thing completely like, ooh. Ugh. Yeah, I've got this one ink. Oh, I needed it at that time when I saw it. Kind of ended up accidentally in the purchased. There was a weird thing. I forget how it happened, but yeah. Right. It was one of those things where like I thought I was putting it into a cart or whatever, but it was like if you put three things together, you get a special discount thing. And like the next thing I know, it was already purchased and on its way. And I'm like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Mandy's like, yeah, yeah, I saw. I believe I dropped like 20 bucks on a few silly things. Oh, right. Yeah, that would be a downer. Yeah, something. I don't know what it was. But it was like it was different from the normal products because it was like put three things together and then bam. So, whoa. For a slingshot? That thing better be able to take down a moose. Not that I have anything against moose. Just, you know. Like, yeah, that's what it was. It was a bundle deal. And I picked out three things and it was like, okay, cool. On your charge card it goes. Like, ah. Wow. I was gonna say I was wondering like how expensive is like the best slingshot, you know? Like I have no idea what slingshots even go for. But yeah, that's incredible. That's something about this hobby that's sort of sweet is the fact that it really does not have such a barrier for entry. If you can just get a few skeins of embroidery floss, you can start out making something. It's not until you get really, really good at it that you start needing a ton of string and have the whole imports and all that kind of stuff. I had a book I was reading. It told me to figure out what kind of way does ADHD affect me. I stopped to try to figure out what the answer to that was. I haven't read anything else of that book because I never really did figure out the answer to the question. And so it's on hold until I figure it out. It's like the book said that, oh, we have homework for you. And instantly I froze. If you could only have heard the bot with a ha 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 ha. That was that was too good. Like I'm used to like listening to you guys chat, but that ha 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 got me. Evil. uh, uh, yeah, right. Uh, right. Oh, that was really weird. No. No, it did the quote things, but it didn't do the hee hees at all. That was really weird. So the quotes really mess it up. It has to stop and say quote every time there's like whatever. Even if you say, like it's. Wow, that was weird. Why did it not he that time? I am so confused. Sometimes it can get cut off of like another person chats, like halfway before it's finished reading the first one, it jumps to the next one. But it didn't do the hee hees on that. What is it doing? It does hee hee, but for some odd reason, it didn't do the hee hee when you did that hee hee. That sentence actually read pretty well, but it didn't do the hee hees on the other. Hey, it did a that time. That sounded like what you typed. That was actually kind of cool. Why did it not do it? You're breaking my sheep chat. Right. But it works with all the other stuff. The ha ha ha, it seemed to work. What happens if you mix them? Hee hee ha ha ho ho. I know. Okay, that worked. Ah. I would let you guys hear it, but the last time I let chat be able to listen to what chat sounds like, um, people hated it. Um, I got told off. Make it go away. That was awesome though. No, 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 just people hated it. It's very robotic. It's not it's not something that anybody wants to listen to. No, there's no copyright strikes. So yeah. Yeah, see, like the apostrophe and Kevin's. Yeah. Yeah. It it's cheap entertainment. They're oh, I tried to do it that time. For for the last part. It kind of like faded off into the distance as it did it. But it actually tried. So, in order for me to be able to keep my nose to the grindstone and keep tying knots, and know the chat is actually happening, I have a bot that reads all the things to me. And we have suddenly discovered that there are limitations that or bits that are absolutely hilarious. And the funny part is I'm the only one that gets the full side of the joke because I'm the one that can hear it. Now I can make it so you guys can hear it, but the last time we ever did anything like that, everybody was like, "Nope," and like we had like a bunch of people just leave because it is very robotic. It is not really good English. It's difficult to listen to, um, but apparently it can be pretty hilarious, and especially when you guys are trying to break it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. The bot does not know how to put in, make parts of the sentence have more emphasis or anything. It's very flat. So that it just set out the letters IIRC. Like sometimes they'll try to say things, like if it thinks it's a word. Other times it just like, nope. Background music. Yeah, it would be really nice if it was better, but I don't I don't think that the creators are really like into like making big updates or whatever. They do make a lot of updates though. Just to be truthful, like they are trying some other stuff. Um, I also can do a thing where like if I try to uh, stream to both YouTube and Facebook at the same time, this thing will actually be able to like give me messages from both of those chats at the same time. Yeah, Offspring is awesome. Although I don't think they've done anything in a really long time. Right on. It's more than I can take. I got all around and it's got a week. When it's gonna get away from me. Yeah, I just watched a video earlier about how they were going to try using more AI and replace a lot of people because it took them so long to come up with the criteria that they had for like the first 100 lessons or whatever. And like pretty much had people leaving them like en masse. And like, yeah. Yeah, I was going to try it, but then I don't know. Right. Well, apparently they spent the first how many ever years not making any money, and then they tried to figure out ways to make money, and that like they pretty much broke their whole system. $40 left in this year. That's crazy. My terminal just came up with that. Just one of those random things that happens to pop up on my terminal. I actually kind of like it. It's kind of fun. Kind of makes me realize how quickly time is passing. Oh, you think that one's bad? Wait, I got another one coming up here. Wait for it to come up. I can't remember. I think it's 400 something days. Hang on. Maybe it come up faster. Come on. I get real finicky about getting fingerprints on it. That's the moon one. have to wait for it to come around, I guess. That's the temperature one. Yeah, I. Ah, 430 days. So if you think, knowing that it's what, 40 days left of this year, know that I have one on here. It's 430 days until an event. 430. See if you can guess what happens in 430 days. And I'll actually be honestly a little bit sad if you actually guess it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yep. Let it go one. Weird part is I don't feel like I'm that old. But yeah. Born in 67, so it's coming. Thank you. I thought it would be cool to have a countdown till I'm 60 because 60 is the only year other than your birth year that you are the same exact zodiac sign um, for the Chinese the Chinese zodiac. It's the only time that you're the same like mineral and whatever. Like I'm a horse and I think it's if I remember right, I think I'm fire horse. I don't remember. But yeah, all the other years they don't match up. There's 12 animals and there's 4 or 5 elements. I can't remember. How many elements are there?
Five.
Is it 5? Is it earth, fire, water, air, something? Right. I thought the Chinese had one more. Maybe there's air on top of that. There we go. So that's why it's 5 times 12. That's not a bad thing to be though. A water hog isn't bad. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's not a dragon, but it's still cool. Capybaras are very cute. Is it? I have no idea. I've never touched one. We got to hang out with hedgehogs before, though. They swim fast? I've only ever seen them kind of drifting along or whatever. I've never seen. That's cool. Right on. Hello. That was the bot was actually kind of weird with the whoa thing. It kind of like tried to sound it out, but it didn't do very well. That's pretty hilarious. That actually sounded more like it. That's hilarious. I'll turn the whole thing inside out and then tie knots from one side to the other side. It'll be, well, this is another way of doing it. This one, I brought it together into points, tied the string up. Why does that look like it's coming undone? That's a different way of doing it. I have a number of bag videos where I showed various ways that I've made bases to it. But this one's going to be relatively flat because it's for my book that I take around with me. That basically, when I come up with ideas for patterns, I draw it out in here. Like my ornaments from last year were in that book. I kind of struggled to come up with 12 different ornaments so that way I could have like the 12 ornaments of Christmas. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought about doing something. I should put together a little video or something that I can cut to and show it off. It's pretty neat. I got inspired by somebody's Instagram or Facebook post and made a Christmas tree that's a corner shelving unit that we just staple some lights and tinsel up onto. And yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. You have a good one. Good night. Oh, I love this song. Something good. Tell me that you love me. Yeah. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it. Yeah. Well, understandable. Kind of midday-ish time to get other things accomplished. I like you guys hanging out. Thank you so much for hanging out. Stay. I'm only going to be around for about an hour and 15 more minutes. It'll kind of end this no matter where I've kind of have gotten as far as going around it. Tell me something good. That you like it. Yeah. Yeah. Something shall showing up, set your stuff on fire. refuse to put anything before your pride. What I got will make your pride aside. Something good. Tell me that you love me, yeah. Yeah, I really wish I kind of knew how much longer it was going to take to finish this up because I have two other projects I want to work on, and I would love to know like approximately when I can expect to actually start on these things. Tell the roof off the corner, tell the roof off the motherfucker, tell the roof off the sucker, tell the roof off the corner, tell the roof off the motherfucker, tell the roof off the sucker. Going down, getting down. There's a whole lot of rhythm going round. Got a real type of thing going down, getting down. A lot of rhythm going round. Yeah, we want the funk. Give up the funk. This was one of my favorite albums as a teenager. It's Parliament Mothership Connection. Absolutely an amazing album. So funky, so jazz like, so mind bending. I loved it. Type of thing going down, getting down. There's a whole lot of rhythm going round. You got a real type of thing going down, getting down. There's a whole lot of rhythm going round. Oh, we want the funk. Give up the funk. Oh, we make the funk. You have that funk. Turn this mother. We're gonna turn this mother. All right. Well, you have a good one. Thank you. Yeah, you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Ah, right on. Well, you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Na 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 na. Well, so are you getting any ads? I'm just curious.
No,
As much lag as there was for her, it feels like there must have been a lot of ads.
no ads.
2 hours later.
Did you hear the SpongeBob thing?
Hear the what?
The SpongeBob thing. It says 2 hours later.
Yes.
It's my notification to let me know that there's only an hour left. So It's gotten kind of quiet, but there's like a couple other people watching. I don't know who isn't signed in or whatever, but hello. Wraps in your face. Hey, Rainbow. Ooh, this one needs to get replaced. Hello, help. Oh, really? I didn't see it. It wasn't. It wasn't because we like tried to ignore you or something. It was obviously I never saw that. Was it during that whole phase where they were trying to make my bot make me go crazy? Because so I didn't have an excuse. Oh. Yeah, I was probably pretty distracted during that. Why does the idea of me showing off my cans sound dirtier than it really was? Damn it. Why did. La 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 la. There must be a real long lag between when I say something and it gets to other people. It just seems like everybody is like way off. I don't know why. Yeah, but you weren't the only one. That other girl that just left was like way behind as well. It must be getting late. I'm picturing the poor laptop. I tried my best, boss. I was trying to keep up. I swear. See, trying to chug along. So Rainbow, what are you stitching on? Are you on the big kelpie thing like you were saying before? Like you're gonna try to do a bunch before the end of the year? Mm, ah, right on. I seem to remember you were saying something about trying to work on it through the end of the year. You got like 40 more days to the end of the year. Wow. Wow. My computer keeps thinking that I'd rather hear my music from my phone than off the computer. Like I'm not touching anything; it just up and decides to change. I'm leaving myself some short strings for next week. That's next week's Kevin's problem. I already dealt with the ones that I left myself for this week. Yeah. You can't front on that. Can't front on that. think I'm leaving this last segment for tomorrow. I just kind of bring it around a little bit. It'll be a little bit easier for me to deal with. But it's getting late. Leaving myself in a nice, easy spot seems like a good idea. Here, slide over a little bit. So I just had that much to finish the whole thing around for the 2 rows that it took. I guess it's a bunch. There's only that much left to go. All right, I will be back next week to work on this. Nothing real big to going on between that now and then. We don't have the hangouts for at least another week because there's still a week left of November, which is crazy. Feels like this year is taking forever. But yeah, the live stream schedule is up on Discord and on the community tab of YouTube. So if you're wondering when to check out the live streams or whatever, you can check out those there. I think that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.